Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to us on Broadway World or over here on the Broadway Podcast Network. And one of our favorite things we do is to talk about original voices, new works that are coming to the stage. And I'm so excited about our next guest. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about The Space at Irondale. It's a show it's at the Space from Irondale. It's a show called Well, I'll Let You Go. Man, I didn't want to mess it up because I didn't want you know what I'm saying. The show is at the Space, and you just get a ticket, everybody. It's from July 29th till August 29th. You have the whole entire month. It's an all-star cast, all-star director, all-star writer. You may have seen the writer on Broadway. You may have seen the director's work. He's gotten all sorts of nominations, and you're very fancy now, Jack, since you've been here. I think it's us. I think our interview was the quintessential moment that changed things for Jack. Bubba, welcome to the show. Jack, welcome to the show.
Thank you. So good to be here.
Hi. A horrible host that I've just taken full credit for all of your successes, but I just did.
I can only imagine what's going to happen to both of our careers once this airs.
This is it.
I'm going to start looking at real estate.
Well, it's that perfect. Bubba, you are fascinating when you read about your career and your journey because you're a Broadway baby. You're an actor's actor. You're nominated for a whole bunch of awards. Millions of people have seen you on stage, and now you lend your voice, and you're taking on a whole new role with this show. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very exciting for me.
So when did the idea start that you wanted to write?
I've been writing forever. I was sort of secretly writing plays in my bedroom since the time I was like 12 years old. I grew up a child actor in Chicago, and what was one of the things that was so great about that is Chicago, is making all of this really exciting new work. So I have been doing new play development, or I've gotten to see new play development since the time I was like 10 or 11 years old. So it's sort of always been in my bones, always something that I've wanted to do. I just wasn't really sharing that work with anybody until I started sharing it with Jack.
So Jack, how did you and Bubba meet, and how did this idea come about to get this show on its feet?
Well, Bubba was my playwriting TA at NYU when he was a senior, and when I was a freshman, he was the TA to Max Rubin at Playwrights Horizons Theater School, where we both went. So I have known Bubba since then, and weirdly have always known that there was a kind of interest in writing, but had never read any of his work. And then Bubba, a little over a year ago, shared a play with me, a different play, that I kind of immediately fell in love with, and we spent last summer workshopping, which I hope will still happen. But while we were working on that play and trying to figure out how to make that play happen, he very sheepishly was like, "There's also another play that I want to share with you," and that was Well, I'll Let You Go. And yeah, I just kind of totally fell for it, and its scope, and I've been excited by it. It's like a much bigger play than the other play of Bubba's, and there's been something exciting that we've actually gotten the kind of more substantial, ambitious project up first. It's been exhilarating.
Bubba, it sounds really exciting that you got to share this work and these pieces are going on at the same time. That like you have, as an artist, you've been an actor and you've been working and then you've been writing, and then what's it feel like to now get one of your words out with a full run? I mean, a full run in New York, a full run, a month long to see a show, it is quite a feat in of itself. How's it feel as you're in rehearsals right now and this is marching towards opening?
I just feel so incredibly lucky. It is, like sort of crazy for, a great director like Jack and these great producers that we have, to take a chance like this on a writer whose work has never been on stage before. So the fact that they put like their faith in this play, and I think sort of largely in Jack, if we're being honest, but it's just like so moving and so exciting to me. It is something that I totally don't take for granted, that my first sort of opportunity in this realm is something as big and as realized as this.
Well, Yeah, I want, before Jack speaks, I just want you to know, let you go NYC.com. You have to get your tickets. They start at $49. And you can't even get, I don't know, a sandwich in Brooklyn for $49. But
That's true.
you can see, or a kombucha. I should say that. That's more Brooklyn to me. Or you could go get Let Go NYC. Let you go NYC.com is where you can get your tickets. Jack, what can you say?
I want to push back on Bubba's
Please.
response there. I feel I've done a lot of plays with kind of actors with whom I've had pre-existing relationships, and there are a few people in this large ensemble that I've worked with before, but it's largely all actors who are new to me, that I've admired for a long time, and they are absolutely here because of Bubba's play. Because, I mean, without giving too much away, how can I say this? There's a way of reading the play where one may think that the role that Michael Chernus is playing is smaller than it actually is. And Michael, when we sent him the offer, mistakenly thought he was only in like one scene, that he only had like a 5-page scene, and was still maybe going to do the play. He was like, it's so good. Michael Chernus hasn't been on like the New York stage in 11 years, and even when he thought he only had a 5-page scene because he was misunderstanding something about the play, he was still maybe going to do it. So it speaks to the caliber of the play that Bubba has written. And I've never seen so many. I don't think I like to work fast. A bunch of projects I've made have come together very quickly. That Uncle Vanya I did a few years ago, we kind of had the idea for it in like March, April, and we were in rehearsals for it by May. Like it came together very quickly. So I'm used to working that way. And Bubba sent me this play in October, and we didn't really in earnest try to kind of set it up until March, April of this year. So it was a very quick turnaround, and that was only possible, I think, because everyone that's read the play and encountered it has shared my enthusiasm and belief in it. I feel like there's a belief that you can't get people to go see theater in New York in the summer because it's slow and people are on vacation, and we're doing this play in Brooklyn, and that feels like mentally hard for people to get to. But I think even with all those kind of like faux hurdles in our way, everyone has just been kind of like so enthusiastic and so gung-ho, and shared my ambition for this project and wanted to push it forward in the same way. So I think that it speaks to what Bubba wrote. And also, Brooklyn is not very far to get to. For all your listeners, we're right by BAM, we're right by Tofano, we're right by the Barclays Center. It's a beautiful
Some of them might
venue.
even live in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Right. They
we all do.
Right. I was gonna say
Yeah,
they all do. They probably do.
we all live there. Yeah, we all live there. Yeah.
Bubba, tell us how do you describe the show? What is this show about?
So we are finding that it is a show that the best experience of the show, it does require you to sort of go in a little blind, right? Like that's sort of the most exciting way to enter. But that being said,
so if you want that experience, turn off now.
Mute us now.
Fast forward. Get it.
Because there is something about the show that is sort of like there's a bit of a sort of slow burning mystery to the show, and there's a feeling that we want that the show takes you on that the show sort of slowly turns into something else as it's going on, right? So you do kind of want to walk in and be like, what am I watching here, you know? But it is mostly, to me, about a marriage that is built on the ideas of a life in a country that has sort of like shifted beneath their feet. You know, sort of everything that they believe that they you know sort of should have been able, the life that they should have been able to live and achieve together has changed.
Well, I'm hooked. I was hooked by just the pic. I mean, if you just look at the artwork and what the press release has said and the things that who are these people? What are they doing? What I want to know the story. I want to know what's going on. And then when you read about it and you see this cast, it's going to make you want to go run out and get a ticket. Especially when you hear who's in this show. Jack, tell us who's in this show. How did you get these people to do a show, as you say, all the way so far out in Brooklyn?
Yeah, this is really kind of a dream project for me, and the kind of things I love to make. which is that it's the play is gorgeous on its own accords, but it's also a hello. Sorry, that's Broadway calling to transfer the show to your listeners. That's we're moving. That the show is extraordinary in its own right. It is also a vehicle for a remarkable cast. And a true ensemble, and a way for us to kind of string together this pearl necklace of New York theater greats. So it stars Quincy Tyler Bernstine, Tony nominee Quincy Tyler Bernstine, who I have grown up, seeing on every major stage in this city, and just in awe of. Michael Chernus, who has not been on stage in 11 years, but was a kind of stalwart of Off-Broadway and was in, all of Adam Rapp's early plays and Annie Baker's The Aliens and these incredible original productions, and has since been kind of killing it on film and TV in Orange is the New Black and Severance. Emily Davis, who gave like one of the all-time great performances in Is This a Room? Connie Schulman, who threatens to run away with the show, Amelia Workman, Cricket Brown, Danny McCarthy, and Will Dagger, who was in my production of Uncle Vanya and was just finished a run on Good Night and Good Luck on Broadway opposite George Clooney. So it's this really... Did I forget anyone, Bubba? That's everyone.
No, that's it. Yep.
That's it. It's this really extraordinary company of New York theater actors. And, when I first moved to New York in 2014, I'll be here 11 years next month, the environment was different. It felt the not-for-profit scene was more robust and healthier, and you could go and see ambitious new writing by first-time playwrights with really big, extraordinary casts. And post-COVID, there's just been a bit of kind of contraction around that kind of programming because no one has any money, and all these not-for-profits whose job it is to kind of do ambitious work that doesn't necessarily need to make a profit, to just kind of serve the artist and the writing, are finding themselves with fewer and fewer resources, and you're seeing kind of an influx of solo shows or shows with really small sets or really small casts. And it feels exciting to return to a kind of playmaking that was really prevalent when I first moved here, which is like big, sprawling new American plays with great casts. These people are all stars to me, but there's not like a big movie star in the cast, which also feels like the only way you can make a new play now in the city is like some big person and tickets are $500. So to do a play with like great theater actors in a gorgeous, gorgeous space. If your listeners have never been to Irondale, it is truly like one of the most beautiful spaces in the city. It's absolutely singular. It feels very personally exciting to me, and a return to the work that I first fell in love with when I moved here.
I think that's like such an eloquent, beautiful way to. That's it. People buy a ticket so you can support works like this. Bubba, you guys have known each other for a moment. You are friends. Now you work together in this creative way. These are your words. This is your baby. And now Jack is at the helm of directing this. So how do you guys navigate that relationship between the writers?
It's honestly been like so dreamy. Jack asked me like for opinions on, some design over text the other day, and I gave him back, and he was like, it's like we're in each other's heads. Like Jack always has the note I'm trying to formulate in my head, like two seconds he'll say it before it's like clicked for me. So it's really like kind of spooky and but it's been so, like, we're having so much fun. I've got like I had like a couple coffee dates before I started this process with sort of more experienced playwrights, mentors and friends, and everyone told me sort of how scary it was going to be. And to know that was going to be part of it, that it feels so vulnerable and scary, and it will feel like you're not seeing your play for a long time, and then you will. And like, I have to be honest, I haven't had that experience yet. I have felt so weirdly calm, and I'm like sleeping. I'm having so much fun. And I think it's because I have so much trust in Jack and the cast.
Jack, are you sleeping? Do you feel the same sentiment?
Yeah, I may be sleeping a little less than Bubba, but but that's my way. That's my way. It's funny. This is not my first play, but it feels maybe like what people experience with childbirth, which is like while you're making something that's like unbelievably painful, and you're like, I can't believe I've ever made something like this before, and it hurts so much, and I'll never do it again. And then you're like, as soon as it's done, you're like, I want another one. But no, I get debilitatingly nervous and self-critical and anxious, and I'm pretty good about hiding that. But I also think that's probably healthy. There's probably like I would be nervous if I was too complacent. I'd be nervous if I was like, it's all going great and there's not going to be any problems. I think I will feel that kind of relief once we get it open. But I feel good. I know there's no emergencies. I feel my usual amount of anxious. But that's a good sign, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for people to check this show out and see it. Bubba, for you, what do you hope people walk away? Who should go see this show? Who's the audience?
Everyone should go see this show. First of all, I wrote this play structurally, without giving too much away, as a showcase for actors, for great theater actors. And so I know that people will walk away loving actors and just being blown away by these performances. I don't think there's a way that you're going to leave the show and not be so impressed with the performances that you've just seen. And then, this play, it takes on sort of like a big scope, and wants you to think sort of largely about kind of like how to spend your life and who to spend it with, and what sort of things really add up to a meaningful life in this country, I guess any country, but particularly this one, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I think it's important. Go ahead, Jack. Please tell us.
No, that's just so right. And I just want to add on to that. I hope people that maybe haven't seen a play in a while will be tempted to come out. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm always making theater for people that think it's not for them or have been disappointed by theater in the past. I always kind of say that I have so much love for theater, and I see quite a bit of it, and I find so much of it kind of lets me down. And then every once in a while you have an experience that reminds you why you fell in love with it in the first place. And I feel that way about Bubba's play. And I feel, we're staging it in a somewhat unusual way that I think is really going to invite the audience in, and they're going to feel a part of it. There's not any sort of audience participation, lest anyone get nervous about that. But I do think it'll feel a bit like you're attending kind of a community meeting. And I think the assemblage of people we find in Fort Greene every night, which is also like people who want to like have a nice summer night out, should come see this play, because there's like the best restaurants in New York are like right around the corner, and it's such a beautiful area. But I do hope people that maybe, especially about plays, if they've been disappointed by plays they've seen, or felt like something hasn't been for us, or they've been bored, I think this is maybe a play to give a shot.
I love the schedule. I love the website. I love the accessibility for people to get a ticket. I mean, I was just checking it out. Some shows are almost sold out already, so you better get a ticket. You're going to be left out. Wait till the show opens and people, the word is spread. You're going to not want to be left out in the dark for this show. And I'm excited. This sounds like an exciting new chapter for both of you, and an exciting new chapter for New York theater. And we're here for it all. LetYouGoNYC.com is where you can get your tickets. Go, don't spoiler alert. Don't go into a message board or
no.
Look it up. Just go in blind and find out what you're about to experience. Congratulations, Bubba. This is
thank you.
Well, this show, your words up here on stage in New York City for a run is so exciting. And Jack, I'm after this, I don't know, Pulitzer Prizes and that's it. You'll have to come back with your acceptance speech. We'll be ready for it. Congratulations on all the amazing work that you do, Jack, and the amazing work you put on stage.
Thanks, Robert.
Go get your tickets, everybody, and break legs. Have an amazing run.
Thanks, Robert.
Thanks so much.
Bye.